As parents, we naturally want to help. When our child is hurting, anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck in patterns we don't understand, our heart reaches for a solution. We read books. We watch videos. We search for techniques. We try to fix what is painful, because love makes us want to remove suffering as quickly as possible. But there's a hidden trap inside that impulse. Sometimes our help becomes pressure. Our care becomes control. And our desire to rescue quietly tells the child, "You can't handle this without me." In one of his teachings, Robert G. Smith shares a story that illustrates this in a simple, human way. It is not a story about perfect parenting. It is a story about the moment a mother realized that her child did not need more tools. She needed more space, and the mother needed more self-awareness. A weekend retreat that didn't go as planned. Carol arrived at a weekend retreat with a clear intention. She wanted answers. She loved her daughter deeply, but their relationship felt tense and fragile. Her daughter struggled emotionally, and Carol felt helpless watching it. She believed that if she could just learn the right method, the right words, the right steps, she could guide her daughter out of the storm. So she went to the retreat with a plan. Learn everything, take it home, and help her child change. But something unexpected happened. The deeper the weekend went, the more Carol noticed a painful truth. Her daughter wasn't calming down. She was becoming more anxious. The harder Carol tried to do it right, the more her daughter pulled away. It was as if the attempt to help was amplifying the very thing Carol was trying to reduce. And then Carol had a moment of clarity that was both heartbreaking and freeing. A hard lesson: love can turn into control. Carol began to see that she had been trying to manage her daughter's emotions in order to calm her own. She didn't want her daughter to suffer, but she also didn't want to feel the helplessness that comes when you cannot control someone else's inner world. It's an uncomfortable realization. Most parents don't want to admit it, yet it is common. When a child struggles, the parent's nervous system struggles too. The parent wants relief, and relief often looks like fix the child. Robert's point is not to blame Carol. It is to show how easily our own unresolved emotions can slip into the way we parent. When we try to control the outcome, we may be pushing the child away from their own learning process. Carol finally admitted something powerful. My daughter needs to work through her emotions at her own pace, and that means I have to stop trying to force her healing. What children actually need when they struggle. Some situations require immediate adult intervention, of course. Safety matters. Guidance matters. Boundaries matter. But many emotional challenges are not solved through pressure. They are solved through inner development. A child needs to feel that emotions are survivable. That confusion does not mean danger. That discomfort can be processed. That they are not broken simply because they feel strongly. When a parent constantly intervenes, the child may never fully develop trust in their own ability to regulate and resolve. This is why letting go can be an act of love. It is not abandonment. It is trust. The real work, self-discovery for the parent. Once Carol stopped focusing on changing her daughter, she turned inward. She began to notice her own internal dialogue, her own fears, her own need for certainty, her own emotional triggers. And as she did that, something shifted. Not because she forced change in the relationship, but because she changed the emotional atmosphere she carried into it. She became less reactive, less urgent, less controlling, more present. That presence is felt by children. They may not have the language for it, but they feel it in the nervous system. They feel it in the tone, in the timing, in the energy behind the word. Carol described it simply. When she focused on her own healing, she became a safer person for her daughter to be around. Gratitude without dependency. Carol expressed deep gratitude for Robert's guidance during the retreat, not because he gave her a perfect formula, but because he helped her see what was really happening. He helped her understand that the need to be in control often comes from fear, and fear can be released and repressed like any other emotional pattern. In that sense, the retreat did not teach Carol how to manage her daughter. It taught her how to manage herself, and that changed everything. Conclusion. Letting go is not giving up. Many parents carry a silent burden. If my child struggles, it means I failed. But that belief creates desperation, and desperation often creates control. Carol's story shows another path, a calmer one. A wiser one. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to carry your child's emotions as if they are your responsibility to solve. Sometimes your child needs space. Sometimes your child needs time. And sometimes the greatest gift you can offer is a regulated, loving presence that says, I trust you, I'm here, and you can find your way. If you want to go deeper and learn practical tools for working with emotions, inner patterns, and self-regulation, take a look at my store. You will find ebooks focused on faster EFT, the mind, and deep lasting change.